I want to go into the medical field, and I know that GISH, especially with the medical pathway and the healthcare pathway, that I would be able to get the classes that I needed to excel in medically and to set myself apart. Like getting my MA here through the capstone, or through the MA class here, that was really nice, and then the capstone being able to shadow doctors. So that's why I transferred here, for the medical opportunities that GISH offered.
The experiences that students have been able to have really opened their eyes to the possibilities. Job shadowing is really important because you can read all about a career, but until you can go into that facility and watch that person do their job, you have no idea what the day in and day out looks like. And so being able to job shadow in high school before you've even spent time pursuing that career is a really great opportunity.
We did 2 5-week rotations. So students were at one location for 5 weeks, maybe one person that they worked with mostly, or they shadowed multiple people, and then they were able to switch over to another location or another profession or another person to work closely with.
So I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to have about 5 different students that were interested in physical therapy or realms that are similar to physical therapy. So with that, they were able to shadow me and spend some day kind of in the life of physical therapy to really gauge and see if this is a route they want to go or something similar to that path.
To connect kids with somebody local, it just brings that in the opportunity that kid's going to come back. And we want our students to be community members in Grand Island and to provide these connections.
I got to go to Central Nebraska Orthopedics, Nebraska Heart Institute, and St. Francis to shadow a radiation oncologist, cardiologist, and orthopedic surgeons. And I discovered through it that orthopedics is what I want to go into. It was the most hands-on and it interested me the most.
So I think it's great that I'm able to help the current juniors, seniors of Grand Island Senior High, because I was in that role at one point. It's the connections that I actually made when I was a senior in high school, going to be in college, is that my connection was at Live Well Physical Therapy. That gave me my little in. I worked my tail off, and that gave me the position that I'm at today. It was those connections I made when I was a senior in high school allowed me to then be employed at Live Well Physical Therapy, and then eventually become an owner and be able to run a very phenomenal physical therapy clinic here in Grand Island.
Not only are the kids seeing how it all connects and comes together, but I also get to see that firsthand. I also teach English 10, and so I'm already thinking about what can I do differently in my English class to better prepare students for all these different points of exposure and all these different experiences, so that when they get to capstone, they have an even better idea of what they want to study or what they want to get into. So just opening up those different experiences. But then I see the kids talk about, well, I'm so glad I took medical terminology. I'm so glad I took anatomy and physiology. I'm so glad I have my CNA or my med aid certifications, my CPR certifications, because they see how all of that builds from one step to the next. And then I get to see how that really impacts the kids from the teacher side. Not to mention the things that I have learned from their job shadowing experiences. Just the terminology that they use, they sound like they're professionals already in their careers, and they were just shadowing for a few weeks. I mean, it blows my mind.
There were quite a few kids that went in and shadowed, and then they realized maybe this isn't what I want to do, and it'd be bad to figure that out once you're in the field or like deep into college. And then also for me, shadowing all the different types of doctors I was thinking about, and then narrowing it down so that when I go to college, I know exactly what I want to do. Moving forward, I'm going to be working as an MA and go to Hastings College, run cross country and track, major in biology, and then go to UNMC to become an orthopedic surgeon.
When I went to school here several years ago, this didn't exist. These capstone classes didn't exist, the academies didn't exist. And I took sports medicine in school, and it was a really good introduction. And now, I work as a teacher, but I'm also an athletic trainer. And it ended up being what I did for a job. And so to create these classes like the EMT class and the CNA opportunities is so great for students. And I never thought we would be here, but I'm so glad we are.